I wanted to share with you another short video of what you can accomplish with a 3D printer. This is a very small Sony ICF 7600 shortwave radio. It's a 7-band FM, AM, and 5-band shortwave. This was in pretty rough condition, and I got it for $10 at an antique store. The faceplate was pretty well beat up and detached from the radio, and the electronics were in rough shape. Tuning dial didn't work, and there's a missing switch cover here. So I got it all repaired and working, replaced the cover. The only ding that I wasn't able to clean up, and I'm disappointed that I didn't, was that little ding right there. But beyond that, it's working and in fairly good condition. It was treated rather poorly. The ends were all scraped up pretty bad, and I painted those. But the switch cover was a real challenge. So I went to 3D CAD, and based on the design of this tone switch, I came up with several iterations of switches, switch designs that fit that switch and operated correctly across the 5 positions of the 5 bands. This was the first version and had a tiny little tick mark there, but it was difficult to move because it was so smooth. So I added some grooves and made the tick mark for the switch selection, band selection, a little deeper, and adjusted a few things on the retainer. As you can see now, that has a couple of retainer pins in there, but this one was a failed print. So eventually I got to this. I believe this is the one. Maybe it's this one here. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. All right, what about over here? Here we go. So eventually I got to this one, and I think that was iteration number 8. So let's just see if it will snap in here. Oh yeah, fits perfectly and works great. Yeah, selects the bands just right. I like the red because it really accents the radio. It matches a little power off button there, and then of course it matches the 3D printed stand that I made for it. This is a great little radio. It's got good sound.
Turn your commute time well spent. 88.5 WFDD.
Okay, and notice, I'm going to turn that off. Notice the FM band. The normal AM American band runs from 88 to 108, and this has the expanded FM band on it, which is interesting. We don't have any channels in here in the US that I'm aware of. Haven't been able to tune anything in on those lower frequencies from 88 down to 76 megahertz. But it does have the AM band, 1600 to 530, which is pretty much standard. And then it has 5 shortwave bands here. So let's see. I don't know if we'll get any audio here. I think it's wrong time of the day for, certainly for 75 meters, but let's see. Yeah, we're not going to get anything on the shortwave indoors on a little whip antenna. I could connect it to the external antenna and we get a lot more audio, but the point of this video was not to demonstrate the Sony ICF 7600, but to show that if you have some radios with missing buttons or dials or sliders, that you have some options and can 3D print some. And I did, for you purists, I did print a black one, so I could print the same thing with the ridges and everything if I wanted to, but we'll just go with the red this time. And I almost forgot to mention that the tuning dial was missing its little black end cap, so I 3D printed an end cap to go on as well.